Okay, we are honored to have with us today the President and CEO of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio, Mr. Greg Harris. Greg, welcome to our YouTube channel.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here, and as a Philadelphia native, it's fun to be on with you, Charlie, and I've spent some time with your dad today, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum is thrilled to be here in Philadelphia for a couple of days.
We certainly had a rousing session this morning, didn't we? Great discussion.
Oh yeah, it's really fun if you get, Jerry Blavat, Charlie Gracie together, telling stories of the Jerry Grossland novels, and just the rich history of rock and roll music in Philadelphia.
Greg, tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, so I grew up in the Philly area. I went to Temple University.
Temple.
And don't do this, but I dropped out after 2 years, and a buddy and I opened up a record store down on South Street.
Amazing.
And then I did some road managing for bands. Ultimately, I went back to school, got my degree, and then I went and got a degree in another degree in history, and I ended up working for the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York.
Incredible. Did not know that.
Worked there 14 years, and then I went out to Cleveland to work for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I've been there for 10 years, and I've been the CEO of the museum for 5.
Tell us some of your responsibilities and duties as the CEO and president out there.
So we have an amazing museum. Everybody should visit it. The key role is to make sure the business is running well.
Yes.
We want to inspire fans. We want to tell the story of rock and roll, not just the inductees, but the whole story of rock and roll. And we want visitors to come there and be reminded of songs that inspired them and things that excited them when they first heard music in concerts. And we create those experiences at the museum every single day.
Every year I show my students the biopic on Alan Freed. Can you touch on that man and his contribution to the music and what he actually did for the music?
Sure. He was one of the first to be playing music that would be appealing to kids that were both African American and kids that were white kids, and they came together, and he promoted concerts where people came together and saw bands and were unified. He broadcast his show out of Cleveland for many years,
yes.
Then out of New York, and he was the voice that went across the nation for young people to hear everywhere and hear this new music. So just terrific.
And this is why the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was located in Cleveland, correct?
That's correct. Much of it has to do with Alan Freed and his legacy, and we're really excited that it's there. Philadelphia has a great musical legacy too, and it's a wonderful place to be here for these couple of days.
Would you agree that R&B music and then later rock and roll probably had more to do with kind of bridging the gap between African Americans and white America than maybe even the Civil Rights Movement? It brought people together?
It did. Music brought people together, and music was front and center during the Civil Rights Movement. On the day that Martin Luther King made his great I Have a Dream speech in Washington, at the March on Washington,
yes.
Before he made his speech, gospel great Mahalia Jackson performed, Bob Dylan performed, Josh White, a great blues singer, Odetta performed, Peter, Paul, and Mary. Music has always been central, and music carries through. In the 1970s and 80s, bands like Public Enemy, they're sharing music and they're sharing passion and they're sharing political views, and it's inspiring all of us.
Is there any one particular story you want to share with our audience about your tenure as the head of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Maybe something that stands out, a special moment or a special day?
I'm very fortunate to be there. Special things happen all the time. I have to say we had a very great day last summer. John Mellencamp was coming through town. He got up on our stage with his band and surprised all of our visitors by playing 5 or 6 songs. That was pretty special. I have to say, being with Smokey Robinson, who is an amazing songwriter, amazing singer, and just a wonderful human being, and seeing Smokey Robinson up close and getting to work with him on some projects, that's been personally really special for me. But the thing that gets you every single day is visitors come, young and old, and they come to our museum because these are the songs that shaped their lives.
Yes.
The greatest moment, the time their heart was broken, the time they fell in love, the time they met their best friend. This is the music for all of that, whether it's from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, or whether from today. It's just amazing to be there, and we want y'all to come visit us.
The music is definitely the soundtrack of every person's life, no matter what generation.
Okay. Hey, thanks everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Brent.